Hi there, Ahmed, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the online TOEFL course, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you made a question over at my website, so let's take a look at your situation. So the question here is, you say, I need a score 96 that is 24 in each band in short time. How can your website help me? Do you have courses online for short period? My current score is 82. Your current score is 22 on the reading. You have 23 in the speaking, 17 in the listening, and 20 points on the writing. If you have some courses that would like to join it, I do. Basically, Ahmed, excuse me, I have one online TOEFL course. I have lessons that help you with vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So in all, I have over 700 lessons to help you improve your academic English language proficiency. And I also offer full-length IBT practice test, so you can take a practice test to see if you're ready to take the TOEFL exam. So now I do offer what's called study guides. A study guide will be a certain outline that will guide you to different parts of my course for a certain period of time. I have a 30, a 60, and a 90-day TOEFL study guide to help you build your academic English language proficiency. I have a speaking study guide, I have a writing study guide, I have a speaking and writing study guide. So I have different kinds of things that you can use. Now remember, I'm going to make a recommendation right now of a plan that I think you should follow, but of course, you are the student, you're the customer. You can use my online course however you want. Once you become one of my students, you have complete unlimited access, Ahmed, to all of my lessons. Now, the thing that worries me just a little bit, so you are saying you want to study for a short period of time, so you're assuming that you can go from 82 to 96 in a short period of time. But that assumption is probably not true. You're probably looking at a minimum of maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 months of very hard study before you're going to reach 96. 96 is a very high score, Ahmed. You can't just in 2 weeks or 1 month, jump 20 points like that. It's not quite 20 points, but to go from 82 to 96 is difficult, especially when you have some lower scores in some of those subtotals. Remember, you want to get 24 in every area, right? So my recommendation for you is this. Now remember that you can use my course however you want. You have unlimited access to everything. My recommendation for you is you will probably need a minimum of 90 days of very solid study before you're going to reach 96. So I'm going to recommend my 90-day TOEFL study guide. That'll give you some really good practice with vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And most importantly, my online TOEFL course gives you a space online where you can post your pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice test. And unlike some websites, I will read and listen to your responses and give you feedback. We do not have any machine scoring in this a website, at least not with pronunciation, writing, and speaking. All right, so if you can do 3 things right now, over the next 90 days, you will make progress with your TOEFL score. Here's my recommendations. You might want to write these down. And this is good because you want to practice your listening anyway, right? Your listening skills, according to your subtotals here, are not very high. So here we go. Number 1, get in the habit, Ahmed, right now of reading for about 45 to 60 minutes every day. Number 2, Also, get in the habit of practicing listening every day for about 45 to 60 minutes. With the reading materials, you can focus on magazines, excuse me, newspapers, and also books. Now with listening materials, if you have English TV, you can focus on news, documentary history, and also science programs. These are all great listening activities. Now, if you don't have English TV and you need the internet, I have 3 websites that are really good. You might want to write these down. National Public Radio, TED Talks, Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. I'll say them again. The first website, nationalpublicradio.org. Number 2 is TED Talks. Number 3 is Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. Now, as you do the reading and the listening practice, remember, you're choosing these materials. It's important that you choose materials that you have an interest in, because that will lessen your chance of what I call burnout, psychological burnout. Now, get in the habit of note-taking on the main and the most important supporting points of those reading and listening passages. And using your notes, you can write and speak about the reading and the listening passages. So when you're writing, you can write 3 250-word summaries each week of a reading or listening passage that you're practicing. Now remember, you don't have to have me read these. I will be scoring your practice tests that you submit in my course, right? But this is still very good writing practice. Even though it's ungraded, it's still very useful. Again, write about 3 250-word summaries each week. Also, you can speak about the reading and the listening passages, and maybe 3 to 5 speaking responses about the reading and the listening passages would also be good. And try to go about 60 seconds, like I said, and even record your voice explaining the main points of the reading and the listening passages. Again, you don't have to submit these to me. This is just something you're doing on your own. It's very good practice. And remember that you will also be completing in my online TOEFL course, Ahmed, you'll be completing independent and integrated speaking practice tests, right, in that area. So, anyway, those are the first 2 areas that you want to be practicing right now, is going through reading and listening passages and following my suggestions exactly. Now, the last thing I want to suggest is the 90-day TOEFL study guide. Now, I realize that you want to study for a short period of time. However, I am an English professor at Cal State University. I am a linguistics professor here. I have been teaching TOEFL for 20 years, and I'm pretty aware that second language acquisition, especially academic English proficiency, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen that quickly. So if you're patient, if you follow my plan, you will be able to reach your goal. Now, it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take some time. But if you start practicing today, you will get closer and closer and closer to your goal. Now, if you get restless, what you can do is maybe after about 2.5 months, you can go to the 8th section, Ahmed, of my online TOEFL course, and you can take a full-length IBT practice test. All 6 of your speaking tasks will be scored. Both of your writing tasks will be scored. You will get subtotals in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing, so then you can see how close are you to 24 in each section of the exam. And after you take the full-length IBT practice test, then you can make a decision about whether or not you're ready to take the TOEFL exam. You see how my course works, Ahmed, is I have plenty of English practice for you for several months, even up to about 6 months. So if you don't reach your goal, you can continue to practice at my website until you do. So, and I'm always an email away, so whenever you have questions, you can just send an email to me, or you can contact me at my website like you did today, and I will answer your questions as quickly as I can. All right, Ahmed, good luck to you. And all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.